everybody, welcome back to the Trading Post. It's me, Fred, and of course the star of the show, good old Noodle. Huh? Tell him, Noodle, what we going to talk about on this one, brother? Huh? We're talking about, this is episode 24. We're going to be talking about the April 8th, 2024 eclipse. All right, we're going to get into details about this. We're going to speculate and do our theories and all that good stuff. So hang tight. We'll be right back. All right. I'm going to let my little buddy go back to bed. He's half asleep. All right, everybody. I'm back again. Sorry for that little delay there. Either way, I'm going to edit it in, so it'll be okay. It'll be all right. Okay. We're going to talk about the solar eclipse for April 8th, 2024. Okay. A lot's been said about this. Expectations, results, of what's going to happen. So let's dive into it, shall we? Okay. Now, a total solar eclipse will take place on Monday, April 8th, 2024, visible across North America and dubbed the Great North American Eclipse by some media. Okay. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between Earth and the sun, thereby obscuring the image of the sun from a viewer on Earth. Okay, pretty simple there. A total solar eclipse occurs when the moon's apparent diameter is larger than the sun's, blocking all direct sunlight, turning day into darkness. Totality occurs only in a narrow path across Earth's surface, with the partial solar eclipse visible over a surrounding region thousands of kilometers wide. Okay. So basically, some people's going to be able to see the partial eclipse. They're not going to be in the path of the complete darkness, where others won't see any. They won't see anything. Is what I'm getting from that. So, okay, occurring only one day after Perigee. Perigee on Sunday, 7th, 2024, the moon's apparent diameter will be 5.5% larger than average, with a magnitude of 1.0566. Its longest duration of totality will be of 4 minutes and 28.13 seconds near the Mexican town of Nazas, Durango, about 4 miles or 6 kilometers north, and the nearby city of Torreon, Coahuila. This eclipse will be the first total eclipse to be visible in the provinces of Canada since February 26, 1979, the first in Mexico since July 11, 1991, and the first in the United States since August 21, 2017. It will be the only total solar eclipse in the 21st century where totality will be visible in Mexico, the U.S., and Canada. It will also be the last total solar eclipse visible in the contiguous United States until August 23rd of 2044. Okay. The final solar eclipse of the year will occur 6 months later on October 2nd, 2024. The totality of the eclipse will be visible in a narrow strip on the Pacific Ocean, passing 230 miles or 370 kilometers north of the Marquesas Islands, and later in North America, beginning at the Pacific coast, then ascending in a northeasterly direction through Mexico, the U.S., and Canada, before ending in the Atlantic Ocean. Now, Mexico. In Mexico, totality will pass through the states of Sinaloa, including Mazatlan, Durango, including the city of Durango and Gomez Palacio, and Coahuila, including Torreon, Matamoros, Monclova, Sabinas, Ciudad Acuna, and Piedras Negras. Okay, the United States. In the U.S., totality will be visible through the states of Texas, including parts of San Antonio, Austin, and Fort Worth, and all of the Arlington, Dallas, Killeen, Temple, Texarkana, Tyler, Sulphur Springs, and Waco. Oklahoma, Arkansas, including Morrilton, Petit Jean, Hot Springs, Searcy, Jonesboro, and Little Rock. In Missouri and Tennessee, in Tennessee's extreme northwestern corner of Lake County, Illinois, including Carbondale, where it intersects the path of the 2017 eclipse, Kentucky, Indiana, including Bloomington, Evansville, Indianapolis, Anderson, Muncie, Terre Haute, and Vincennes, Ohio, including Akron, Cleveland, Dayton, Lima, Lorain, Toledo, and Warren, Michigan, in the extreme southeastern corner of Monroe County, Pennsylvania, including Erie, upstate New York, including Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Rochester, Syracuse, Watertown, the Adirondacks, Potsdam, and Plattsburgh, and northern Vermont, including Burlington, New Hampshire, and Maine, with the line of totality going almost directly over the state's highest point, Mount Katahdin. The largest city entirely in the path will be Dallas, Texas. It will be the second total eclipse visible from the central U.S. in just 7 years after the eclipse of August 21st, 2017. This will be the last total solar eclipse visible in the contiguous U.S. until August 23rd, 2044. A partial solar eclipse will be visible in all of the other parts of the contiguous U.S. and in southeast Alaska, which is the Alaskan Panhandle. Now, Canada. In Canada, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. In Canada, the path of totality will pass over parts of southern and eastern Ontario, including Leamington, Fort Erie, Hamilton, Niagara Falls, Kingston, Prince Edward County, and Cornwall. Parts of southern Quebec, including Montreal, Sherbrooke, St. George's, and Lac-Mégantic. Central New Brunswick, including Fredericton, Woodstock, and Miramichi. Western Prince Edward Island, including Tignish and Summerside. The northern tip of Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia, and central Newfoundland, including Gander and Great Falls, Windsor. Then it will vanish on the eastern Atlantic coast of Newfoundland. Some of the Canadian cities listed, such as Hamilton and Montreal, are on the edge of the pathway of totality. Windsor, London, Toronto, and Ottawa lie just north of the path of totality, and Moncton lies just south of it. A partial solar eclipse will be visible in all of the other parts of Canada except the western part of Yukon and the western tip of the Northwest Territories. Now, Europe. The eclipse will be partially visible in Svalbard, Norway, Iceland, Ireland, western parts of Great Britain, northwest parts of Spain and Portugal, the Azores, and Canary Islands. Unusually, this eclipse extends below the horizon, where the greatest phase is to be observed at mid-nautical twilight in Galicia, Spain, and the beginning of astronomical twilight in Nouvelle-Aquitaine, France. The extension of the eclipse path within the twilight zone will create probably the best observation window for the 12P Pons-Brooks comet located closely to Jupiter. Now, Central America and South America. Now, the eclipse will partially be seen in all Central American countries from Belize to Panama, all the Greater Antilles, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Puerto Rico, and Jamaica, and northern South America, which would be Colombia. Now, Oceania. The eclipse will be partially seen in Hawaii, eastern Kiribati, eastern Phoenix Islands, and the whole Line Islands, Tokelau, American Samoa, except its extreme western part, the Cook Islands, French Polynesia, and Pitcairn Islands. Although all located east of the 180th meridian, the local time of the partial eclipse in Kiribati and Tokelau is Tuesday, April 9th, 2024, because either UTC plus 13 or UTC plus 14 is observed in these areas. Okay, sorry I didn't look that up. I don't know what the heck that means, but I'm sure we can figure it out. Cloud cover prospects along the path. All right. April is a month of changeable weather along the eclipse path. The weather in Mexico and the southern U.S. include afternoon convective buildups, whereas northern regions are still immersed in late winter and early spring weather. With passing low pressure disturbances, e.g., rain or snow, of these disturbances, eclipse day cloud cover is most likely, unless severe storms are present across the south or spring storms with blizzard like conditions are passing in the north. Cloud patterns are simple. Lowest average cloud coverage occur in the south, particularly in Mexico, whereas the highest amounts of coverage crop up in the northeastern U.S. and Canada. Now, Delta Airlines has scheduled a special eclipse following flight from Austin to Detroit on a large window A220-300, and various other flights in the path of totality will also avoid cloud cover entirely. Now, the reaction. Okay, we got a reaction from Arkansas governor. He preemptively declared a state of emergency related to the eclipse, citing the expected increase of travel to the state, which may potentially result in transportation difficulties. It makes sense. If you got more people traveling, coming and going, there's going to be some buildup. There's going to be congestion. It's going to be bumper to bumper. So, do you blame them? I don't. Okay, now I got a little bit of other notes here that I wrote down prior to the other ones, these ones I just read. So we'll go through these, and it may touch up on the same stuff. Just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. All right, April 8th, 2024, Mexico, United States, and Canada are plunged into darkness. Total solar eclipse that's also what they called the Great North American Eclipse. It could be called either one, right? The total solar eclipse or the Great North American Eclipse. Now, the moon aligns between the sun and the earth, okay? In Mexico, it will start at 11:07 a.m. and it will reach Texas by 1:27 p.m., okay? In the path is Oklahoma, Missouri, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and there's numerous others that we've already listed. I'm not going to go back over all that, but we'll touch up on it. So it will have at the most 4 minutes and 26 seconds of total darkness in Mexico and Texas, roughly, along that pathway. Surge in travel. There will be a surge in travel and interest. Like, obviously, we just talked about the Arkansas governor and what he, so that's where we're going with that. Surge in travel and stuff. It could cause, and some of the difficulties and the things that they're worrying about is it could cause a strain on infrastructure. Okay? Listen. Hey, y'all, we've had bridges collapse, right? So I'm just telling you, if you're going to be out there traveling and you're doing this stuff just to chase down the eclipse to go see it, be cautious, okay? Use your common sense. I mean, those bridges are only meant to hold so much. You understand? Some of them's getting old. So be cautious. Be careful out there. It could cause strain on the infrastructure, traffic congestion, which we talked about. The roads and highways could be bumper-to-bumper traffic, as we said. It will be congested and making it difficult for emergency response teams as well. That is the biggest concern, okay? So, just be cautious out there, you guys, I mean, hopefully the emergency response teams won't have a hard time getting through, and things will work out. Now, local resource pressure may cause shortage of food, as well as medical personnel may have difficulty because they're already low staffed as it is. If you got more people in the region, more people in the area, something happens. And it happens all the time. Somebody falls, bumps their leg, they get scraped, skin their shins, whatever. And they got to go to the doctor. So then you got that extra volume of patients coming into the hospital. So let's all be mindful, be careful. Cell towers may become overloaded due to the overuse and amount of people that's probably taking pictures and sending stuff and trying to get a hold of family. Listen, the telecommunications field, they are working on this because they're trying to have other towers and stuff available to pull from in case this happens to be an issue. Now, how well that's going to be, how effective it'll be, and how well it's going to work out, we don't know until we get to it. Okay, we'll find out tomorrow, won't we? Also, it could. The added on, visitors and guests in the states it could drain the food and fuel supplies with the amounts of the visitors. Okay? Keep this in mind, you guys. Okay? Keep this in mind. This is stuff a lot of people don't think about. So, student safety and concerns as well. That's another thing. They're closing schools. Their closing of schools for the day will reduce the burden on traffic and infrastructure. So therefore, you won't have the buses going. And they won't have to worry about kids wanting to look up at the Eclipse, burning their daggone eyes or whatever. So overall, it's a good decision on their part to do such, in my opinion. So, let's see here. Just make sure to stock up on necessities, food, water, toilet paper, etc., pet food, because you just don't know. Because if we get overcrowded in states, and then what the hell are you going to do if everybody's buying up all the food, the toilet paper? Look at what happened in COVID, COVID. Damn toilet paper shortage. Come on now. So just be mindful. Don't get greedy and go out and buy 20 packs of toilet paper like you're going into the apocalypse. Okay, listen. Be reasonable, okay? Give yourself enough to get you through in case there is a hard time for a week or so. You know what I mean? Don't be trying to stock up for 10, 15 months like hoarders do. Don't do that. Come on. Be respectful to the other people. They have to get their stuff too. Okay? I'm just leaving that nugget out there for you. Now, if you expect to view the eclipse, purchase glasses made to do such. All right? They do have them. So, now, in 2017, the eclipse went across the states in a swath, right? It went across the states down through like this. Well, the way you're looking, it's probably the other way. I don't know. Either way. It went across, I believe it was northwest to southeast direction, like that. Then the 2024 eclipse will cross the states. It'll be in the opposite. It'll be the opposite. So it makes a cross, makes an X. Okay. Now, and it will intersect in the center of where the 2017 eclipse hit. So the eclipse of 2017 went through 7 cities called Salem. Salem translated means peace. Okay. In 2024, the eclipse will cross 7 cities named Nineveh. Okay? And trying to think what that was. Nineveh means. I'm trying to think. I didn't write that down. I'm sorry, you guys. I apologize. But it goes through 7 cities named Nineveh. Okay? 7 years apart, these eclipses are. Okay? I'm sure you've already seen these videos about it and stuff. But if you haven't, I'm bringing it to you. 7 years apart. Now, a city called Cross, it's going across a city called Cross and a city called Rapture is where supposedly it'll end at. Now, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really got to research too much. I was trying to rush to put this together. So, but here's a question. Is this end times before the tribulations? Let's think about it. I mean, I seen news clips of where they showed like locusts are starting to want to come out and they're going crazy. Then we have all this other stuff with animals where they're walking in circles for days on end. Is it the poles slowly shifting? Is there a change in the magnetism of the earth? Will this cause any difference? Will this cause any change? Let's see here. So locusts are supposedly going to be overwhelming the U.S. in hordes. Okay? Let's keep that in mind. New York City had an earthquake, a 4.8 earthquake, days before the eclipse. Okay? Just recent. Now, from Maryland to Maine, the strongest in 100 years it was felt. That's where it was felt from. From Maryland to Maine. And it was the strongest in 100 years. So, I mean, who knows if these fault lines or the volcanic lines or whatever, if they're getting active again or they're just waking up. I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm just trying to give you the information. You can find out what you want. Okay. Now, the book of Revelation states there's about 5 earthquakes supposed to be happening. Okay, so we're going to go into that. There's 5 earthquakes. Is our time running out? Are we getting close? Should we start thinking about correcting some of our errors in our lives? Very possible. Can't say it is or it isn't. We don't know. But you hear there's other things that's going on out there. Like where was it? I think it was Sweden or Norway or somewhere. There was loud trumpets sounds, and no one knows where it was coming from. Like it was literally like trumpet sounds coming out. I couldn't get the clip right to put it on here for you guys. I don't know where. I didn't know where to get it. But anyhow, this is some of the interesting stuff that I'm bringing to you guys. You can look into it. You can find out your own truth. You know what I mean? But let's just be honest with ourselves, okay? Be good to each other. Help each other out. Let's not be selfish fools, in this world. And just help people out. Common courtesy, kindness, it goes a long way. Could this cause an EMP burst, which could literally mess a lot of things up? I mean, imagine no electronics, which means no phones, no cars, etc. If it's worst case scenario. Now, it may not disable all the cars, whatever, if it does. Okay? I mean, I'm going to assure you one thing. If it does take out cars, it's probably going to take out the new ones. If you have an old muscle car, old carbureted vehicle, you'll probably be all right, I would assume. But then again, you know what we say about assuming, right? Another thing is the Euphrates River is drying up. It's another told event in the Bible that it will dry up. And accordingly, it says that the fallen angels have been chained and restrained under the Euphrates. Okay? Don't give me particular on that because I'm just giving you a roundabouts, okay? So don't roast me here. I'm trying to give you what I can. It says when the Euphrates dries, they will return to wreak havoc on the world until the final battle is to come. Now, you can believe what you want, don't believe what you don't want. But, I mean, so, I mean, I don't know. Maybe perhaps this may be far more than just a solar milestone. I don't know what to think. I really don't. I can't. I have, I don't really know. But, I mean, it's perhaps the day of judgment coming sooner than we expect. Could be possible. And again, maybe it's not in the close future. But, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. That's what I always say. So, all I can personally say is, just prepare yourselves. Get right physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, whatever you got to do, okay? Because what is to come will not be easy to understand or to overcome if it gets to a bad situation, okay? All I can say is, just be ready for any trials you may perhaps have to face, Take care of you and your family. I hope everybody's safe. Be careful out there. And like I said, stock up on stuff, and just make sure that you and your family are suited for, I mean, at least just say you got a week's worth of food or something like that. I mean, give yourself a little bit of a setup, you know what I mean? And as I always say on this channel, live, laugh, and love, because tomorrow is not promised to any of us. Okay? I mean, is it all hype? Are we just getting excited, scared for no reason? Or is our fears justified because we are correct in believing the end times is coming? I mean, could it be? It could be either one, I'm sure. I mean, but I will leave you with this thought before I go. Do your own research and see what you come up with, and you decide for yourselves what you want to believe. Okay? But either way, if this is an apocalyptic event coming or not, either way, it's best to prepare for the worst and hope for the best, as I previously said. So as I say to all of you out there, prepare. Prepare. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Am I right? So let's just take a look at the state the world is in right now. It's not good. We got selfishness, vanity, and wrongdoings are running rampant. We have weather anomalies happening, unknown things going on all over the world. And just think, how did people who wrote books of the Bible thousands of years ago know that exactly what's happening will happen? I bet none of you have a real answer for that. Do you? That's my question to you. Now, that's what I thought. Opinions and theories are all welcome, okay? There's no judgment here on this channel. I've told you that numerous times. So please be safe and smart and be prepared. That's all I'm going to say. You know, we do not know what is to come. You know, but until next time, you know, this is the Trading Post. And I hope you all have a safe, you know, and hopefully a good time, you know, checking out the eclipse, doing whatever you're doing, you know, holding up with the family, doing whatever, but prepare. Take care of yourself and your loved ones, okay? But anyways, you guys have a great one. And until the next time, me and Noodle's going to say sayonara. We'll see you guys later. Bye.